It's the
security, I can get it for you. Ultimately, it was determined that the security she had, the bodyguard, was going to be enough. So that was the very first thing, and it was quite interesting. And it was, you know, I think something that was not expected as far as I'm concerned. But then obviously after that, Moretti got on the stand, and he did talk about the drive back, you know, and forth as far as the crime scene was concerned. He talked about cell record data. He talked about, you know, the 980.
Hold on, I'm trying to hear the actual court thing.
Doesn't it mean
to location B, and in that in some way.
Social media postings and things.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get the in-court footage of that, but real quick, this was like super interesting. They introduced a video of Melly at a video shoot after the murder. And by the way, I think this is gonna go towards like showing the jury like Melly did not give a fuck, and that Melly was probably just like some cold-blooded killer who was unaffected. Okay, watch this.
From that evening on October 26, 2018.
yes.
And what was it that you viewed?
It was a video that was obtained through open source. Videos of the defendant along with the co-defendant up in Melbourne, Florida, at some type of video shoot or something like that. And we were able to identify the grid coordinates of that location.
And so it's been previously shown to defense counsel and marked as states in tuple D for identification purposes. Do you recognize that?
Yes, ma'am.
What is that?
It's the disc that we produced for this case. It was a video that Tiffany Slade posted on Facebook Live of the defendant at that location.
And does that video and that disc fairly and accurately represent the video that was posted on Facebook Live on October 26, 2018?
Yes, ma'am.
Any additions or deletions?
No, ma'am.
Now, at this time, the state would request to move states quintuple D in as states 105.
Is there any objection? No objection. It'll be admitted.
States quintuple B will be marked states 105.
And I'm just going to publish a short portion of this.
I'm trying to figure out what date this is on.
It's a video shoot. Live. What happened? Y'all see nothing? Y'all out here. Y'all see talking about y'all gone. He said he's still out here. Melly in the motherfucking building, bro. Motherfucking place to be. We have motherfucking murder video shoot. Melly is here. And he's wrapping his motherfucking dog. Somebody's dog dead and gone. It's gossip. Melly out here for his dog. After the king walked out and popped crumb. My dog was gone. Rest in peace to my dog. Security guard right on his ass. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with him. What murder? Murder in the court somewhere. What the fuck are you doing? Regardless of what happened, you already know.
When did this video get taken? This is crazy.
Now, movie baby, what's happening? What's happening, nigga? You already know it's a video shoot. Now you're at the bottom. Going out, whatever.
This not hours after the shooting though, right? No way. Nah, no way.
There you go. You got part report. That got it. Oh, they get a video right so they can, get everybody. You know how you do. They shoot a video from way up in the sky. Motherfucking, what's it called? Up around? No. Yeah, whatever that is talking about.
The individual over on the left in the light denim jacket, were you able to identify that as Portland Henry?
Yes.
Do you see the individual known to you as Jameson Francois that's been present in this video as well?
I don't see him in this screenshot here.
Okay. Have you seen him previously while watching this video
Yes.
at other times?
Yes.
Okay. So at that point, I'll conclude publishing at 3:22. So, Detective Murray, I'm showing you what's been previously entered in as state 14. Was this jacket in Miramar evidence at the time that video was taken?
Yes, ma'am.
This is not the same jacket that's pictured on that video.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So when you're going through these phone records, is everybody saved as their full legal name?
No, ma'am.
Okay. When you're looking through the phone number for the extraction for Mr. Thomas, that 772-713-2341 number that you described, what number?
Is it possible? I'm just asking. Is it possible that everybody deals with death a certain way? Is it possible that that's how Melly was dealing with it? He lost his partners. You know what I mean? People probably want him to be sad and want him to be down and crying, and he's like, fuck that, I'm gonna celebrate their life. I'm gonna turn up even more. Somebody say, yeah, if you're a psychopath, sure. Maybe, you know, people like you don't mourn them, celebrate their life. Some people say, nah, that's a serial killer type vibes. So I said, not if you was in a job, my boy.
Is the 9807 number saved as?
Okay, the reason why I asked that too, like, think about it. Okay, let's say he did do it. Nigga, why would you be so happy? Like, still, like, bro, at the end of the day, these guys were your friends. Say whatever reason you killed them. Bro, you were still in a very traumatic situation, like, less than 12 hours before. How are you jumping around like this? Like, I know some people are going to say it just makes him look guilty. I think the behavior is just odd regardless. Just because I'm like, if you were involved in some shit, and let's say you did do it, why would you be just jumping around like that? Knowing that the police is probably checking out a lot of shit, unless he thought he wasn't going to get caught. I don't know, man.
How is that safe enough?
For the 9807, I believe he's listed as Julie.
Okay. And if you're not sure at any point, please don't guess. If you need to refer or refresh your recollection, please let me know.
Just repeat the question again.
The 772.
Neela, I see you say this doesn't prove a thing, though. Well, it goes to prove his demeanor after the thing happened. It doesn't prove if he did it or not. But remember, there's a death penalty sentence on the table. If you see somebody basically just very nonchalantly unaffected by the death of their friends, and you then, let's say the jury believes that at any point that he did it, they're going to say this guy, like, the requirements of giving somebody the death penalty is you got to be some cold-blooded shit. This would be some cold-blooded shit. It's cold-blooded psychopathic shit, right?
2713, 9807 number. How is that saved in Chris Thomas's phone?
Chris Thomas's phone. I'm not sure, man. I'll have to refresh my memory.
Okay. And with looking at, is there anything that would help refresh your?
Yeah, Borland's in the video. Like, go back to the video. They do that hieroglyphic handshake right here. You're gonna see them right here.
So what happened early morning?
I think that's Borland right there.
I just get very positive. Hey, no, still.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This nigga turning up like he won a championship. This is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. This nigga is turning up. Like you won a championship, my nigga. I ain't even gonna hold you, dog.
Regardless of what happened, you already know. Got movie baby. What's happening?
Portland Henry.
Yes.
Do you see the individual known to
Yeah, they said Borland Henry, which I gotta imagine
you as
Portland's over.
Jameson Francois, that's been present in the city as well?
Anyway.
Thomas has William saved as Smurf.
Smart. Okay, going to the 9807 phone number. How does the 9807?
Yo, Sticky Icky, you right too, dog. Driving around with 2 dead people in your car. For an hour, that's crazy. Now, I don't know if this should happen, but if you could kill 2 people and they dead as hell, blood still kind of coming out, their bodies like fucking like tensed up, they got rigor mortis. I don't know if you know, a lot of times when people pass, they shit on themselves. So all these things is happening. You're smelling wild shit. You're smelling blood, gunpowder, bodily fluid. Like, it's a nasty scene. And you're driving around comfortable like, yo, where we gonna stage this drive-by at? This is what the prosecutors want me to believe. This sounds like a sick nigga. This sounds like a sick nigga, my nigga. Like, you just have the dead. Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you, nigga. I would almost, like, I'm gonna keep it up. Nigga, I'd probably crash. Every time you have to look right to check your right side mirror and you see the dead nigga just there with a bullet through his head, bro, I'd probably just, yeah, bro, I would have fainted, bro.
7 phone number has Chris Thomas saved in it?
Chris is saved as Slim.
Okay, and that's in the 9807 phone number?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. With regards to the 772-713-9807 number, how is the Anthony Williams, the 954-248-9081 saved?
It's saved as Twin.
When you go to Anthony Williams' phone,
Nate, somebody said, "Axel pussy." You said fainted. My nigga, bro, these are your friends. All right, let me give context to it. We're in this crazy philosophy, right? Like, this is just me, y'all. Like, this is some chat nigga reasoning. Let's say he did do it. Now, if he did do it, what do you believe? Do you think that Bortland knew he was gonna do it? I don't think. So I think if he did it, he doesn't tell the driver like, "Yo, bro, I'm about to shoot the nigga to your right and the nigga to my right." I don't think he knows. I think if anything, oh, what the fuck? Then I think Melly probably got to calm him down, because you got to think. Remember, Melly's directly in front of you. Which, by the way, you know, he could beat this whole case and be like, "Yo, Melly killed them and then put the gun on me and said if I didn't help him, he was gonna kill me. So of course that's why I helped him." But Melly's behind you with the gun, and you're the driver. The nigga to you is dead. The nigga in the back is dead. Could you imagine what Melly told that nigga? "Yo, pull over right here. I'm getting out." Nigga.
Let me out, though.
That nigga was probably the best Uber driver that day, man. Somebody said he ain't do it. Bro, listen, we're talking about alternate theories.
Somebody did that shit. Them niggas is dead, fool.
Either, we probably all like YNW Melly, but this sounds so crazy what the prosecutor's alleging. Like, if that's not what happened, we want to find out what else did happen, because that shit gotta be ridiculous too. This whole situation sounds ridiculous. Do y'all think the Oh, King Buck said, "Nah, they in it together. They both cold as fuck." Yo, Boom, you around, nigga? Hop on Discord. Now,
you funny, bro. You funny. Bro.
I'm serious. He's playing with a gun in the back of the back seat. It goes off and kills the nigga. The only thing is, if it was one person shot, yes.
Yeah, but
it
both
was
of
like
them
8
niggas.
bullets. Nigga, you can't misfire that.
No. It wasn't 8 bullets shot inside. No, it wasn't. Remember, the other bullets. The guy in the front died from a singular bullet that went straight through his head. It hit him from the back of the head and
but
came.
How many bullets cases was found in that car?
That's actually good.
You can't misfire more than 2. At least
no.
Two is crazy.
I think they said it was 1.
Ain't no way it was 1 bullet.
Yeah, no. Hear what I'm saying? He accidentally killed one of his mans.
So he killed the other one?
You see, that's the thing. The second one, yo, if it's one nigga, I'm like, yo, maybe it's a misfire. The second one is like,
nah, bro. No, maybe it's like Wanted, bro. You know how to.
No, all right, hold on. Wait, hold on.
Like that shit curved.
Yo, visually open up like a visual 3D canvas in your mind right now. Okay, you're in the back seat behind the driver, right? If it was a misfire, remember the first guy who's in the front seat, passenger, he's sleeping, gets shot in his head. So he's dead before he wakes up. The guy to Melly's right. So that I could say we could blame it on misfire maybe. The guy to his right, which I think this is what fucks that theory up. The guy to his right kind of wakes up because it's a shot within a car, and allegedly Melly turns his gun on him, and the guy has defense wounds. So he puts his hand up, and Melly still shoots him.
Damn, I don't. No, he shot. Bro,
Wait, do he really got defense wounds?
Well, I think it went through his hand, and there was burn marks on his face too.
Oh wow.
I think, bro. I think we know, that, bro. I'm keeping it like,
Bro. This shit is crazy, bro. If Melly did this shit, bro, the way they painted, ain't nobody that could have done it but him. Bro, I don't know.
for the consensus. I think we know he shot him. It's just we think he can beat the case because he didn't find the gun. You know what I mean? They didn't find the gun, so like on some Boosie shit, like Gucci Mane shit. Or
Yo, I ain't gonna lie,
shit, like,
Boom. You ain't had to
you know
say it. You ain't had to say it.
bro, like we gonna have to say it, bro. We know he shot him, bro, but we don't want like for the law, like we believe like you ain't find a gun, bro. You can't charge that nigga, even though we know he did it. You know what I mean? We know OJ did it, but the glove didn't fit.
Yo, Boom, I appreciate you.
Oh God,
Man,
we
somebody
know
gotta
OJ
say it,
did
bro.
that shit,
Somebody
but the
gotta say
glove didn't motherfucking fit.
These are the modern about everybody in the chat, bro.
Come on, like he made a song.
Like that's what I'm starting. Like the glove didn't
He made
fit.
a song about it.
Before it happened. What are we talking about?
Nah, that wasn't
Like
about
that's
that.
some conspiracy shit, bro. Like,
No, he made that
Like,
song before. Unless he was planning the murder in that song.
You just said that. So how am I crazy for thinking he played it in the song?
Not because that song was like
2, 3 years old.
Yeah,
like,
it was
bro,
over a year. Like if the nigga was planning for 3 years, if it was planning for 3 years, at least have a nigga not named Fredo Bang come pick you up in the middle of the murder. You know what I mean?
That's so crazy. I think he could plan for 3 years, bro. He seemed like the type of stuff.
Yo, the biggest problem in this case is niggas' cell phones. Like, you're riding around on live, making all type of videos, doing illegal shit. Hell yeah.
I don't know, bro. Maybe it was a drive-by, bro. Like, maybe
Bro, I just
like.
my thing is, bro, Melly got these niggas tatted on his face. All that. Bro, what would make you just kill your homeboys like that? That's all I just need to understand. Motive. I know they ain't gotta prove, they said they ain't gotta have motive or whatever, but motherfucker, I need it. Other than that, I don't think this nigga just, bro.
You know what I mean?
I think it was the police, Boom. I think the police set a nigga up.
Man, you gotta stop.
Like, bro.
I know Melly did it.
And damn.
No, Melvin is the killer. You ain't listen. Melvin is the demon. Melly's cool.
No,
Hey, yo.
I think Melly's trying to frame Melvin.
Yo, to answer that question, I don't think we actually, maybe I didn't stream that day or whatever. We didn't play the medical examiner. So the medical examiner is going to tell you exactly how they died. And they actually use like
Damn fly, bro.
So this is the medical examiner here. I'm going to mute her for like a couple of minutes to that y'all can hear. So she's going to show you exactly, and by the way, it's so interesting. I think y'all heard it too. The reason why they know that the shots that came from outside the car were post-mortem when you die, you know, because your heart doesn't pump blood, it's like your body composition is very different when you receive a wound after you've died rather than before you were died. You get what I mean? Remember, your heart's not pumping blood. There's a lot of things that
Yeah, type shit.
What?
I think I seen her when she came in. She was like the wounds that was after the niggas died, like when they said they staged the drive-by shooting, like wasn't no blood coming out of them because they was already dead. Their heart wasn't pumping, wasn't no blood pumping through their veins, so therefore it wasn't pumping out the gunshot wounds.
When you hear the medical examiner, which I think this is one of the star witnesses, like she's gonna describe how quickly and just how ruthlessly, you know, Melly allegedly, you know, disposed of these guys. You know, no pun intended. It's kind of shocking. Hold on, let me play it.
The individual alive when it was inflicted.
Yes.
How can you tell that?
From the hemorrhage.
Is there any sort of other things that would help and assist you in demonstrating the difference between hemorrhage and not?
Well, if you look at the other injuries.
Okay. So let's move on then to gunshot wound C.
So this is gunshot wound C, which was on the back of the right shoulder. Okay, the abrasion collar around that wound is not hemorrhagic. What that tells me is that there is no circulation to that part of the body when that gunshot wound is inflicted. If you think about, an abrasion is a blunt force injury, okay, from an object. It's a friction injury. If you think about riding your bike as a child, falling off your bike, skidding your knee, right? That will quickly turn red and bleed because you've taken off that that top layer of skin. Same scenario here, except I don't have any circulating, I don't have a heartbeat, I don't have any blood circulating to this part of the body, therefore that abrasion stays yellowy white.
So Dr. McDougall, can you give any opinion as to how long time frame elapsed between gunshot wound A to E in the head and gunshot wound C?
I cannot.
Why not?
Oh, because I don't know how long it would have taken him to pass away.
Is there any medical studies that can be recreated in?
We can't do that.
I'm tripping.
Said he is deceased at that point.
Correct.
Can you give the ladies and gentlemen of the jury an example of what you would see if they were inflicted within seconds of each other?
Bro, I'm not tripping. I hear music. Hold on.
I looked out the door and everything. I'm like, where is this music coming from? Because it sounded like an ice cream truck.
Well, I can tell you of the hundreds of gunshot wound cases, not even, I just had a stab wound case, but in the hundreds of cases that I've done, the thousands of cases that I've done, there are only 3 where I can tell you the order in which the shots occurred, because some were before the person passed away and some were after. I've had hundreds of gunshot wound cases where they're shot 15, 20, 25 times, and every single gunshot has hemorrhage.
Boy, she done seen some shit. 20, 25 times, nigga. How many times was these niggas shot?
So, are they within seconds? No. But I can't tell you, is it, 5 minutes? Is it 30 minutes? There's no way for me to tell you what the time frame between gunshot wound A to E is from when B and C were inflicted.
What type of mask she got on?
That bitch all toe up and shit.
What about this particular?
Oh, that bitch is like.
So D is an exit wound. It's lacerated.
Bro, I don't know what she got going on with this man.
Blunt force object, the projectile, traveling at a very high, traveling at a rate of speed, and with enough energy to perforate the skin, and it causes a laceration.
And so this is photo number 16 for the record. Can you explain?
By the way, they're showing pictures of the autopsy on screen. I think for sensitivity purposes, they don't include it in the stream, which I think that's a great move. That's necessary in the legal process, but for people watching, so what she's looking at over here, I think are pictures of the autopsy, which is person unclothed where they can point out what
And I'm going to go forward on to photo number 17 so you can explain what a laceration is and what it looks like.
Yeah, so this skin is lacerated. There's no abrasion margin around it, and it's consistent with an exit wound.
And in terms of where on the body is D located?
So it's right almost underneath the armpit.
And
On the left-hand side of the back.
Going back to picture 16, which direction is the body facing when this photo is taken?
It's face down.
Okay. Going on to photograph number 20 for the record. What are we looking at here?
So this is the left lung. There's a trajectory rod through it showing the pathway of the projectile. What is interesting in this photograph is that there's absolutely no hemorrhage around any of those wounds. Okay, your lungs are very vascular, right? Because your lungs are responsible for taking the oxygen out of the air you breathe and pushing it into your blood, right? In the really small sacs in your lung. So an injury to your lung is going to bleed a lot, okay, if your heart is beating. Okay, there's no hemorrhage in the upper or the lower lobe of the left lung.
And so when you say hemorrhage, what would it look like on the photo? What would you be looking for?
So there would be, so blood would leak out into the area around that lung, and it would not look pink with brown, black staining. It would look red because it's full of blood.
And so Dr. McDougall, if you could remind the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what entrance and exit wound does this correspond with?
So this is entrance wound B. That goes to exit wound D.
Moving on to what has been admitted as photograph number 18. Can you describe to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what we're looking at here?
I can. So this is the exit wound E. That went with entrance wound A. The back of the neck comes out the right side of the temporal scalp. This is with the scalp reflected forward. So we do an incision across the head behind the ears. We reflect the scalp forward and back. And what this is showing you is this is...
Bro, I could just tell by her describing the shit that they showing them. It's so fucked up. I hope Melly didn't do this shit.
hemorrhage. Okay, this is blood. This is bleeding. There is a heartbeat.
And so with regards to...
Why academic like he finna cry? Look at his face.
Now E, at this point, the scalp is back on this photo, which we've already talked about here. Can you explain why this is a laceration?
So we shave it to show, because it's consistent with a laceration. There's no abraded margin. It's consistent with an exit wound.
In terms of what has been previously admitted as State 74, is this the projectile fragments of photo of them that have been introduced into evidence?
That's correct.
Why do you recover these?
Because, we usually recover projectiles and fragments so that, turn them over so that crime scene can do whatever gun testing they want to do with the projectiles. These pieces are probably too small, but it's still evidence. So we collect all the evidence outside of and on the body to give to law enforcement in case they need it.
Was there any evidence of medical intervention for Mr. Williams?
No.
And what would that mean?
So sometimes people are transported to the hospital. They still have a heartbeat. And so the trauma team or the emergency room doctors are going to want to do whatever they can do to save that person's life. So sometimes with gunshot wounds, especially, you can have, they can put chest tubes in, they can do a thoracotomy, which is where they open up the side of your, they open up your rib cage to try to get your heart beating again. There's lots of things that they will do to try to save somebody's life.
Were there any of them? You said there was none of those in this case.
There were not.
In terms of the rest of the internal examination, were there any other findings that led to the death of Mr. Williams other than the gunshot wound you talked about?
No.
At ADE?
There are not.
Do you collect samples for the purpose of processing for toxicology?
We do.
And do you do that testing?
We have a toxicology lab. I don't do it personally. We have a toxicologist that does it.
And did you do that for Mr. Williams?
We did.
And in terms of the results of that toxicology, what showed up?
So he has marijuana, THC, and marijuana metabolite.
And can you give any sort of time frame on the ingestion of those
I cannot.
substances?
All right. She obviously does a longer testimony here, but I don't know if you guys remember when the prosecutor was talking about the gunshot wound, especially to the guy, well, actually to both of them, there was something they kept referring to as stifling. And if you put stifling and gunshot wound together, you'll get a definition of it, which is, it says the powder tattooing or powder stifling is the live tissue reaction caused by the impact of partially burnt or unburned powder particles on the skin, causing hemorrhage. It often looks like soot and is caused when a gunshot is either in contact with near bullet wound. Yeah. The guy who was to the right of Melly was awake. The guy who was in front, he never woke up. So, you know, I think these are the things that's gonna kind of weigh the jury's mind. If you can shoot a nigga while he's sleeping, you would need it. You know what I mean? Let me try to get back on.
But if that's the case, why the fuck when he shoot the nigga that's woke first? But then the other nigga wake up. I don't know.
Today's part of the case. Yo, this is why some trials so good. Niggas don't even look at this shit. Can we find a Young Thug in trial today? Is this Thug right here?
Phone number, message sent same day. Page number 75,935. Starting with the message in the middle of the page, October 26th, 2018, 10:58 UTC. What time is that in regular Eastern Standard Time on that date?
It'd be 6:58 Eastern Standard Time AM.
And who is the author of that message?
J. King RN.
And who is the recipient?
YNW Melly.
What is the text of that message?
Are you okay? Question mark. I'm here in Miami. Send me an address. I'm by the stadium. I'm a mess.
The next message, and again, it's talking about the thread IDs. Are we still in the same thread ID? Ending in 4182.
Let me fast forward a little bit.
So the investigation presence and further no research. 1 second. Council, can I see sidebar?
Sidebar.
Damn. Are you okay? I'm here in Miami. Send me an address. I'm by the stadium.
Text of that message.
I'm so worried. I'm here. Do you want me to come to your house?
So the investigation presence and further no research. 1 second. Council, can I see sidebar?
Sidebar.
Step down.
And to the evidence. Pardon me?
Yeah, we can look at it. It's no problem.
I'm trying to see the message.
I believe so, man. Phone 9807. Sent 11/3/2018 at 4:29 p.m. Love you too, Mom. From 9807, 11/3/2018, 5:27 p.m. Mom.
Phone number 6942, message sent 11/3/2018 at 5:51 p.m. Yes, son. Publishing page 65.
From 9807, 11/3/2018, it's 6:10 p.m. Never mind, you already going to get it.
Phone number 60.
Hold on, yeah. Let me watch it. I guess it had his mom saved as Bracy lady.
10/26/2018, 5:16 a.m. Send me your location. Same phone number continues. October 26th at 5:17 a.m. I'm in Stewart. Same phone number continues on the same date at 5:47 a.m. I love you so much.
From 9807, sent 10/27/2018, 3:40 a.m. A location was sent.
Phone number 6942, message sent 10/27/18, 3:40 a.m. Okay. Publishing page 52. Phone number 6942, message sent 10/27/18 at 3:40 a.m. Love you. Same phone number, message sent same date at 3:23 p.m. I'm at your gate. I'm going to get the trash.
From 9807, sent 10/28/2018, 10:33 a.m.
This looked like a Sack Chaser, maybe Sack Chaser's mom.
Bring Mariah.
Phone number 6942, message sent October 28, 2018, 11:22 a.m. Okay. Detective, you can skip that next message and move on to the final message on the page.
From 9807, sent 10/28/2018 to 2:09 p.m. Like, go now.
Publishing page 53. Phone number 6942, message sent on October 28th, 2018, 2:17 p.m. Okay, what's wrong?
From 9807, sent 10/28/2018 to 22 p.m. I'll pay you. From 9807, same date at 2:22 p.m. when you get down here.
Phone number 6942, sent 10/28/18 at 2:22 p.m. Okay. Same phone number, same date, sent at 2:23 p.m. I'm waiting on track to cash at me the 1,000. Same phone number, same date at 2:23:40 p.m. Is someone threatening you? Publishing page 54.
From 9807, 10/28/2018 at 2:23 p.m. No, Mom. From number 9807, 10/28/2018 to 2:23 p.m. I'm not scared. From 9807, 10/28/2018 to 2:24 p.m. Just listen.
From 6942, October 28, 2018 at 2:24:06 p.m. Okay, I want you safe. Same phone number, same date at 2:24:28 p.m. You're covered.
From 9807, 10/28/2018 at 2:24 p.m. I know.
Publishing page 55.
From 9807, sent 10/28/2018 to 2:24 p.m. Still need to protect myself.
Phone number 6942, sent October 28, 2018 at 2:53 p.m. FaceTime me.
From 9807 at 10/28/2018 at 3:06 p.m. Jay Finn ascended. From 9807, 10/28/2018 at 3:06 p.m. He fit and ascend 500.
Phone number 6942, message sent October 28 at 3:06 p.m. Okay. Same phone number, message sent same date at 3:06:23 p.m. Okay. Publishing page 56.
From 9807, what's your cash app?
Sent 11/3.
Okay, I'm trying to get to the message from Melly. These all look like they're Sack Chaser messages.
cited in support of it, but it might be time to have that discussion. Either that, or I'd like the state to be admonished not to seek to introduce that information until the matter is resolved.
I guess why is the motion filed July 9th? We're 2-3 months into trial already, and you filed July 9th.
As opposed to when?
Prior to trial starting.
Well,
hey, Judge, we have a hearing. This is demand for speedy trial, and you're in the middle of trial, the closing portion of the state's case. You're filing a motion saying, you know something, let's take a step back. None of this evidence should be admissible. All this should have been done before trial started.
I understand. But let me refresh the court's recollection as to the actual sequence, because the court also made a reference to at the close of the state's case. This information and this objection was brought to the court's attention 2 weeks ago, at which, and I provided the court with case law. I read the relevant matters into the record, and the court took the material back, came back and said, this is too much for me to read. This should have been a Daubert motion. This is not a Daubert motion.
In 2018, registering movement, it recorded 5 steps, traveling 4 meters, and the end time was 10.
Wait.
And does that data fairly and accurately represent the data that's on the phone that is now in evidence?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you know that?
I personally verified it by opening up the device and manually scrolling to that specific data to verify how many steps were taken on what date, what time.
In terms of the GPS points and things that are on that phone as well, did you verify those?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there been any additions or deletions to that data that is in this document before you?
No, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would request to move state's quintuple Q as state's 160.
Objection on grounds that we raised.
Objection notes over.
State's quintuple Q would mark state's 160.
Detective Moretti, in terms of the data in this particular, if you could explain the start time and the end time.
It's when the phone reads or detects that there's movement, so it starts, it creates a start time.
Interestingly enough, Bortland, who's the driver, just posted on his story right now. Free Melly. With the thing that's covering his mouth and a clock.
Nani?
I wonder if they think that Melly's winning in this case.
Freedom.
They're just having hope.
Melly could be freed if he just comes out and says, of course Melly ain't doing it.
And throw itself under the bus.
Interesting. I'm just trying to find the part. By the way, this is where they're tracking the steps of everybody. They're tracking the steps using the phone. I'm trying to see where Melly said something about his mom. Because apparently that was like a big deal. Here we go.
The mothers sitting on that jury are now.
The fuck? All right, come on now.
7 p.m. FaceTiming. Publishing page 75.
from 9807, sent 11/10/2018 at 3:16 p.m. I'm not going.
Who may be inclined to convict just because they've heard irrelevant, unrelated conversations between Mr. Demons and his mother, where he's calling her the B word and all sorts and manner of disrespect that is clearly off-putting to any mother. And
oh, so that message I was reading before, it says young sack chase. It looked like, because they're all in the same family plan, they might just mess up the name, but apparently they're saying that's Melly and his mom.
Under the pretext that they're trying to prove this phone belongs and is being used by Mr. Demons, the state is offering in reams and reams, tons and tons of inadmissible evidence that is irrelevant to this case. There's a point at which they sat there for 2 hours showing 530-something photographs. They introduced a jail call, and it seems like in the mission of proving that it's his phone, it's a license to put in all manner of evidence that is prejudicial and irrelevant. And we think that Mr. Demons' image, his character has been assassinated and irreparably tainted by the manner in which he is conversing with his mother, and the mothers sitting on that jury are now tainted in their impression of him and the manner in which they will render judgment. So we move for a mistrial on that ground and ask that the court put a stop to this if it is not going to grant that mistrial.
This nigga funny as hell, bro. That nigga lawyer funny as hell, but hey, he kind of be having a point, but really, nigga, this shit's stupid. Sit your ass down.
Hey, motion to that.
Can we address the juror issue, Your Honor?
I think it's denied the motion hella quick.
Quick.
I don't want to put any different approach on that.
Bridget, the judge felt kind of quick there, automatically saying denied. I thought the defense made a good point. I mean, the juror, you can't unring the bell. The jurors heard this about YNW Melly. Now, maybe it is a leap to suggest if he calls his mother these names, he's automatically a murderer, or they're going to convict him because of that. I mean, maybe it's a little bit of a stretch.
Well, I mean, I continue to be impressed by this defense counsel. He does an excellent job of bringing up issues whenever the state continues to try to bring in prejudicial information. He filed his motion before she attempted to bring in this evidence. That was denied, but it's something that he has to do to file a motion for a mistrial in order to save the record, preserve the record, in order for him to file for an appeal in case Melly loses this case. And so he's doing an excellent job of preserving the record and also making sure that the state knows that they are intentionally bringing in prejudicial information against Melly.
Yeah. All right, we're not gonna touch too much more on this trial. I think it's done for the day. I'll see if we see any more interesting parts. Other than that, we're going to just kind of move on to some other topics.
Everything gonna be in place.
Publishing page number 20. Moving for a continuance for schedule. September 23rd of 2018 at 3:01 a.m. This is the second show that DA promoted for you. It looks bad on him, and people already talk so much stuff. I get put in it regardless because you're my child, you know, and I can't take up for you when I don't know. Same phone number, message sent same date at 3:03 a.m. No, I don't know because you act like I did something to you and I never anything but help you. And it looks bad because tracking everybody there, why you ain't go.
There's three of the defendant's lawyers as well as the assistant state attorney in Jersey, New Jersey. Mr. Demons.
Mr. Demons.
Okay. Outside your presence, counsel, one of your attorneys advised me that Ms. Liberty is ill, not able to proceed. I thought we took an early lunch, but she wasn't feeling well. But they told me she's not able to proceed, and she's part of the team that we could be here, the way I understand. So counsel respectfully asked me to break early today asked him to go outside and talk to Ms. Liberty and find out, make sure, get an idea when she gets to proceed. After he spoke to Ms. Liberty, he thought it would be better to postpone until Monday. Is that right, Mr. Adelson?
That is correct. And as I've indicated to the court, she's outside the courtroom, down the hall. And I would bring her in, but I don't think it would be advisable. And I told her what I was going to report to the court, and I just reported this to our client, who understands, unfortunately, the inconvenience, and I want to thank the state and the court for their patience and understanding of this issue.
That's not an issue. Coach can't go. All right, Devin, do you understand? Okay. And so you're in agreement, we're just going to proceed on Monday. There's Liberty a chance to recoup, and so counsel, as I explained also, my thought is I need to say something to the jury. I'm just going to tell them the attorney is ill, is not able to go, we're concerned about tomorrow, so we're just going to see everybody back on Monday.
We're in full agreement.
Stay all right?
In terms of on Wednesday of next week.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
On Wednesday of next week, I was supposed to be with Judge Fund. I don't want to delay this any longer, and I think the defense counsel in that case is moving for a continuance for scheduling issues as well.
Which case?
The one that Judge Fine and Your Honor had said I would be available on the 19th to time qualify.
Excuse me, don't put me in
Sorry. Judge Fine asked Your Honor to accommodate time qualifying on that case on the 19th.
So that may not go?
Correct. I just want to make sure everybody's aware.
I wasn't aware that I haven't had any discussions with Judge Fine. I was just told that he didn't leave on that day, not tomorrow. So my goal was to see everybody back on Monday. All right? I apologize for the inconvenience. There's nothing anybody can do about it. You're sick. You're sick. All right? So just remember the admonition. Don't discuss the case. Don't form any opinion about the case. Don't allow anybody to discuss the case in your presence, and certainly no research about the case. All right? Just leave your notepads on your chair, and we'll see everybody back Monday. Sorry for the inconvenience.
All right, so it appears Melly's in good spirits.
Thank you. Let the record reflect the jury step down. Councilman, all the defendants. So what are we doing about the deposition tonight?
I'm going to find out right now. I think she wants to move it to Friday at the early. And yeah, but I'll check. Don't leave, and I will. It will be done before Monday.
Definitely not tonight, correct?
Definitely not tonight.
All right, so from what I'm seeing, like one of the attorneys, I think it's the female attorney, isn't feeling well on Melly's side. They're pushing to restart this trial on Monday, so there won't be trial coverage tomorrow. There won't be trial coverage on Friday. And this is why, like, most cases take a lot of time. Like, you have a lot of moving parts. There's other cases, other trials that people have to be at, and it just kind of, when you do get a trial started, you hope to get it over quickly, or else it could drag along. Look at the YSL situation. That shit is just basically like a treadmill. You're running fast, but you're not going nowhere. So this will continue, but I think today, if I had to summarize what the goal was, the goal of the prosecution today was to still try to convince the jury that phone belongs to Melly. They've confirmed how they died. They confirmed that it seems like it was somebody in the car. They now need to place Melly in the car. And while his defense team is putting up every objection to say no, he was not in the car, he was not this, was not that, they're trying to drive that point home. So they're bringing a message between him and his mom, which obviously Melly's defense team think is prejudicial because now, first of all, I guess Melly's just one of those. He called his mom a bitch and everything. He say anything to her. Apparently, some of the things he was saying to his mom could prejudice a jury from, being sympathetic to him because they hear that he's just a fucking asshole to his parents, right? We'll see. All right. I wonder who y'all think is.
Imagine a nigga just saying, "We'll see about your life while you sitting in jail. Don't know if you ever gonna see outside again," type shit. He said, "We'll see." Let me see what he's talking about right now.